everybody, and welcome to round 11 of the 9th season of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. We are here in Jakarta for the second round, and it's status quo for pole positions as well. It goes as well once again to Maximilian Gunther. The race due off in about half an hour. Let's hand it down then to the pit lane with Radzi.
You know, a silly mistake, which cost the team a lot of points, and yeah, but he's here starting third today, so I'm sure he's going to score. He's going to be in very good form today.
We're going to talk about an incident here, guys, because you guys are the perfect people to talk about this. Two former drivers. What took place is Jake Dennis, who's currently behind me there in P2. Now, in yesterday's race, he finished second to the eventual winner, Pascal Wehrlein. I hope you can hear me because we can't even hear ourselves think, by the way. Now, it was an incident which lots of people have been talking about on social media. Jake was livid about it. He was vocal. What do you guys think? Who was at fault here?
Yeah, I think they were lucky not to come together. Jake did a very good job to back off, and yeah, in my opinion, Pascal, you know, he just moved in reaction to the attacking car behind, and lucky for that, lucky for him not to go away with a penalty. In all honesty,
My opinion, 2 laps to go. You're fighting for the lead.
Yes.
It's hands out over there, and they are going to be defending position. They're going to be tough. They're going to be aggressive, and that's what we want to see. We want to see them fight for position. We want to see them really deserve it. So, I mean, he wasn't going to make it easy, and it's not going to be easy today. He's on a mission, and I'm putting my bets.
Oh, you were going to say your
here.
house, then you backed out last minute, rightfully so. Now, when heads were slightly cooler, talking about Jake Dennis, he caught up with Saunders of Carmichael Brown ahead of this weekend.
So this looks like a nice spot for a chat.
It's all set up perfectly.
I know, what are the odds? I kind of want to look back at your season sort of being an all or nothing. It's either been a podium or no points. So what do you put that down to?
We've been a bit unlucky this year. You know, we got taken out 3 times, and then we obviously had the crash in Berlin, and then I had the tyre pressure issue in Cape Town. Out of my control, but I still had to wake up each day and go to the gym and put in the motivation, do all the simulator days, and strict on diet, eating like 1,000 calories a day, every day, to try and hit the weight limit. And then you go to India, get taken out again, and then it's just a repeat.
People are incapable of using the brakes.
And then all my other races were great and finished on the podium, so it's been podium or nothing.
India, where you were, in your own words, was it rasted?
Yeah.
And Sao Paulo, where you had an incident with Dan Dixon. And what did you call him?
Plonker. Literally after India, I was fine. Brass came up to me immediately and apologised. And then I was like, yeah, it's fine. Like, we all make mistakes. It was just the way Ticton went about it and said that it was basically never his fault. And I always try and make sure I put a car in between me and him as quickly as possible. I did it in Monaco. It was like Ticton, me, and then Sasha. And then as soon as I came up behind Sasha, it was... I passed him. 4 laps later, he just drove straight into the back of Sasha and could have gave him a puncture. So I just want as many cars in between me and Dan as possible. Off track, me and Dan get along fine. It was just on track, we always have our differences, for sure.
Looking right to the end of the season, are you already thinking about the moment standing on top of the podium and potentially standing on top of the podium again with a World Championship title?
I've definitely thought about London, but mainly just performing well. You know, we've had really good years there in the past. And I think if the championship's the way it is, whoever wins in London will probably come out champion. It's a super cool event. It's the best event of the year. Hopefully I can hear the crowd this year. I feel like it's going to be even bigger. Cheer for me.
But you've got to do it this weekend first. Big double header, big points up for grabs.
Just need to go out and smash it.
Jake, legend. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
That was a proper deep dive and perform. He did. A podium yesterday, currently second on the grid today. Can he improve on yesterday's performance? Well, I'll tell you what, he's doing it with lots of smiles, lots of energy, lots of fervour here in the beautiful Indonesian capital for the Gulavik Jakarta EPrix.
Last time out at the Monaco EPrix, we sat down with the 2 fastest Kiwis on the grid as they took a trip down memory lane.
Oh, wow. Wow.
What was that? Mate, look at you.
I have no idea. I look the same now, right?
You've trimmed up a bit. was 6?
Yeah, 6. Late 2000s, I started karting. You were similar year 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same year, started karting, and it's always been super competitive, huh? Even since we're 7 years old.
Yeah,
like
probably more when we're younger, right?
in a good way. But it's amazing. Like I don't know, we've been best mates since we're 6 years old. Yet we've always been up against each other.
Yeah, from go-karts, even teammates in TRS as well afterwards.
I don't know what year that was.
I don't even know when that. Yeah, I don't even know what event that is. Probably the nationals, maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like you won the big trophy.
I don't know how I was on the weight limit.
How the attraction man, the kid.
Yeah.
That was pretty serious, right?
We both dreamed. We dreamed of it. On my side, anyway. I was that kid who dreamed of it, but parents probably didn't think it was really possible and took it year by year. You were in a similar boat, but obviously probably a little bit more of a motorsport background, right?
Yeah, like my dad's heavily into motorsport, so it was like, it wasn't forced upon me, but he was really wanting me to do it. But then obviously it depends on how I go, right? And I think Nick and I were both lucky. We started winning quite young, from when we were like 6, 7, and then we got the drug of, it's the most powerful drug is when you win, right?
Yeah.
And then we just hooked from there. It was very serious from a young age. Probably for me, from when I was 7, it was like a clear thing that I wanted to do. I would say Nick had me covered in go-karts.
Yeah, then it changed for TRS, so.
Gorgeous sights and sounds here. That was Indonesia Raya, the national anthem of this country. Kelvin van der Linde from Abt to Cupra. Let's talk about quali, because to get to this place, that's what every man had to overcome. And it has to be said, that final lap with Max Günther, Jake Dennis, off the charts from Max. He was amazing yesterday. He repeated it today.
Yeah, cool, calm and collected. That's all you can really say from Max Günther this whole weekend, to be honest. It's been a progression, as you say. You know, you have to be adaptable in these weather conditions. The track is always evolving. There's more rubber coming down as the weekend progresses. Here we're seeing the duel itself. You know, the key factor for me really for Max Günther this whole weekend has been the calmness in his driving. You look at a lot of other drivers, they're hassling the steering wheel. With Max, you just see it smooth, collected. And especially in this heat, he's conserving those tires, and I think that's really given him the advantage. You see, even on his teammate, he always had the upper hand, and I think that's really down to those smooth hands, and that made the difference today.
And to do it smooth when it's such a physical track as well, even the more impressive.
Yeah, I think Max is one of the fit guys. I always see on his Instagram, he's around training, on the bike, working hard, so that is no doubt gonna play to his advantage. Jake as well, one of the guys we know, he hustles the car. I think he really pulled everything out of that Porsche powertrain as well.
And to your point as well, he actually, this morning when I saw him in breakfast, he looked fresh, which speaks to the cardio stuff that he does. He lives in Monaco, he's up and down those brutal hills. He's as fit as a butcher's dog.
Yeah, 100%. You can't count out the fact that he's riding on a wave at the moment this weekend. As a driver, that just gives you energy. Even if you're feeling down, we've had it in the past, some other race series, you know, when you're feeling down and out, all of a sudden you have good results and the energy just, it comes out of nowhere. It's a great feeling, and hopefully he can hang on to that now in the race as well.
The energy comes out of nowhere, as does the sweat. It is safe to say that we are roasting here. And with that in mind, Saunders caught up with somebody with something rather special.
Right, so I'm now in the behind-the-scenes area, the back end of the Jaguar garage, and I'm going to find out an exclusive on how Formula E drivers keep cool before a 35-degree race. Mitch Evans, you look like the coolest man on the grid right now.
Welcome to the Jag Spa. Yeah, I did this yesterday. Honestly, you feel $1 million afterwards. So yeah, obviously the goal is to try and drop the core temp to delay the body getting too hot. The race here is so brutal, so anything you can do to reduce the pain out there is beneficial. So it's cold, but yeah, afterwards you feel incredible.
So, I mean, there's one thing about racing in the heat, but there was already quite a lot of heat in qualifying today, because that was a very tight session.
It was tight. I think for us, you know, we made massive improvement from basically all the sessions up until now. We've been struggling, and then we made a big step for quali. Just the car's got a very narrow window, so for us to get back into it after a tough few days it took everything. We just hope we can still got the pace in the race. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what we got. Yesterday's race was honestly really tough, and I've not had a tough race like that in a long time. And obviously it ended a little bit prematurely, so we want to be in the fight at the end. We won here last year, so yeah, I just hope we've got the good pace, good efficiency, and we're in the hunt at the end.
You started in the right way by keeping cool. How many more minutes you got in here?
Probably another 5 or 6.
Fair play. Thanks, Mitch.
Hopefully I won't miss the race. Yeah, so.
Thanks, Mitch.
Enjoy the race. Cheers, guys.
Jake Hughes starting P8, noticeably hotter today. How are you feeling?
I'm hot, mate. I'm struggling already. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. 2 extra laps. I mean, I don't think I was envying the 36-lap race yesterday, but 2 extra ones is probably not very welcome right now. But no, we're starting 12 positions higher than yesterday, where we managed to finish in the points. So obviously the goal is to make sure we stay in the points and see if we can climb up a little bit.
And how much can we expect the pace to be slower than yesterday?
For sure, a little bit, but I don't think it will be super drastic. You might get a little bit in the first 10 laps of the typical situation with the leader not wanting to lead, maybe, but that won't last for too long. But yeah, probably a little bit more sort of energy saving in the beginning than we saw yesterday.
Sure, with more coasting comes more opportunity for you. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, just behind us here, currently in second on the grid, is Jake Dennis. I'm going to see if I can walk over to Jake Dennis, who's currently looking as cool as you like, by the way. He's kindly coming over here. Jake, once again, superb performance in quali, same position as yesterday. What's going to change?
Hopefully the inside line's a little bit cleaner today. We can obviously try and hold position. Realistically, I think we'll drop in behind Mitch. Hopefully we can keep Stoffel behind. But long race, 2 laps longer. I think it's going to be a little bit easier to overtake in the first sort of 10-15 laps, and then it'll be quite challenging again. So we need to hold track position and yeah, be there when it matters.
Just finally, there seems a real confidence with you at the moment. Is that coming from a place of real belief right now? That you're very much in that top 3, and a good performance here, you'll really be pushing for a title position?
Yeah, for sure the title shot is on. There's no two ways about that, but I just need to try and score as many points as I possibly can. Yeah, I need to take advantage of my starting position in this race. The Maseratis are obviously quite quick, and then obviously we got a Jaguar at this race, so it's going to be a different style of racing, I think, but ultimately we have the package to win this race if I can not drop too many positions off the inside line.
Thanks for your time, mate. Get the elbows out today. Now, in terms of us here, it is absolutely roasting. To be precise, it's currently 50. I mean, look at this here. We've got selfies going on. They're only human. They want to get a shot of the most best-looking man on the grid. But yeah, it's 52 degrees on the track today. It is roasting, so it's literally hotting up here in the Gulavik Jakarta EPrix.
we sent Saunders to find out just how Neo 333's Dan Tictum stays in tip-top condition.
So we've come down to iZone, which is a performance centre for young and aspiring racing drivers. Dan is having a session in there right now, and he said I can join him. How you doing?
Hello, mate. Good. How are you?
Yeah, well, good. Thanks for letting me join your session.
No worries.
All right, let's go through this first exercise then.
Do you want a bench?
Do I want to bench? Do I want to bench this weight?
So I'd say for Formula E this year, the steering is significantly heavier. A lot of the drivers, when we arrived at Mexico, we were all like, God, this is going to be a problem. Like Sergio, for example, my teammates had to reduce like the caster on the car, which makes the steering lighter. Okay, there's a benefit to being slightly stronger maybe. You can run with more caster, which can help how the car performs in certain tracks. I don't need to be able to bench 90 kilos to drive a race car. It's just a mental thing of knowing that you're stronger and fitter than other drivers.
This is Tictum bench pressing. It's what everyone's been asking to see.
So when obviously you're in the car, you're sat like this. Normally you have knee padding, which sort of half stops your legs from moving around with the higher power of Gen 3. Like a lot of people forget about like leg bracing. So I do a thing called, I believe it's called an adductor plank. So you have one leg up here. The further away, the harder it is, and I normally go just above the knee. You get a huge burn in here after about 15 seconds.
So while I'm doing this, can you tell me why core strength might be important?
Pretty much every movement you do in a car is coming from the trunk, as people like to call it, in some way, shape or form. And having just a very, very good base there for bracing and just overall strength, it just aids every other movement.
Okay, so this is obviously a standard reaction, Batak sort of machine.
Yep.
I'm going to set the benchmark.
Oh, okay.
Just because then it's less embarrassing for me when you smash it by 100 points.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Oh, where is it? Where is it?
3, 2, 1.
See, I know what racing drivers are like now, and the competitive element is going to fuel this big time. Oh, he's flying through the points here. He's made a mockery of me.
Not really, mate.
I can't remember what I got.
73.
73. You're always 10 more than me. That's almost 10. Yeah, I expected to lose. And I think as soon as it became a competition, I know how you guys are wired.
A lot of a driver's warm-up routine is placebo, or superstition, that, right, I've done that, that works for me. I would only do a physical warm-up if I'm actually just cold.
See, I knew there was a good reason to do this with you, because you get the truth, you get real answers. I love it. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
I have to say, this grid is absolutely stunning. Every sense gets stimulated here, especially the heat temperature. It's something that you feel, Kelvin. Just behind us here, we just saw Max Günther. He came onto the track, he's disappeared again. He's obviously thinking about keeping his core body temperature down.
Yeah, 100%. You see a lot of drivers, they have a different strategy with that. Some go back into their box, into their hospitality area. They normally have those pools that we discussed already on Thursday in our pre-event show. Everybody does a little bit different. Max, in his case, he likes to be with his engineers here on the grid in the moment. I think that's good. It's just everyone does it differently, and you can really feel his calmness today.
There's so much going on here. We absolutely love it. We can see James Rossiter there, the team principal of Maserati. So much excitement here. And with that in mind, we can hand over to Saunders Carmichael Brown, who's speaking to another one of the drivers now.
Okay, I'm here now with Jean-Eric Verne, starting P9 today. Now, we have seen multiple times that converted into a race win. How do you feel about that potential today?
I don't know. I hope we improved the car compared to yesterday in the race, because we didn't have such a great pace in yesterday's race. So if we improve that and we're able to be smart on the energy and when to attack and everything, yeah, we can hope for a good race.
Talk to me about this look. I'm enjoying, you're keeping very cool. It's going to be essential before this race, because if yesterday was anything to go by, is it going to be even harder today, because you've got 2 extra laps to contend with?
Are you saying I'm a cool guy?
I've always said that about you, Jeff, you know that.
Yeah, no, it's very tough in the car. It's very, very hot here, so it's been difficult yesterday. For sure it's going to be difficult again today, so yeah, I think it's important to try and stay as cool as possible before the start, and then just survive.
So talk to me about where you're starting from here, because going into this first corner, there's a lot of talk about it being potentially more risky being on the outside of the corner at the start of a Formula E race.
I don't know. I think you need to go where there is a gap and where you can overtake.
That's a true racing driver answer. I love that. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good, thank you. Yeah, good starting position, I would say. But it's going to be a long race. Today we are on the dirty side, so let's see how the start goes first.
And was there any communication between the two teams on the incident with Jake yesterday?
No, not from the drivers.
It's hard racing.
Exactly.
There we go. That's what we like to see. Good luck.
We do like to see that. Pascal Wehrlein, a man, I mean, this title contention, this title story is really hotting up. Just 6 races left to go. Max Günther is currently stood by his car on P1. His second ever pole. We saw him podium, Nelson. For you, will he be able to go one better and stand on top of it?
Look, he's not really in the fight contention for the championship, so he is going to be ready to take risks. He had a good podium yesterday. He has 2 pole positions this weekend only. So I don't think, if I were him, I would go really take a bit of risk and try to win a race, you know, because even if he doesn't win, maybe he's shown so much performance and so much, I mean, in practice, in both qualifiers, at the duels, everywhere. He's just been so confident that he's gained a lot of points with the team, you know, a lot of confidence. The team really believes in him at the moment. So if I would be in his position, I would take a few more risks today to try to win this race.
Well, Max Günther is currently on the left-hand side of the grid, and he's on one of the odd numbers, hence he's won. On the other side are the even numbers. Jake Dennis, for example, P2. A lot of the guys have spoken about there being a lot of dust on the right-hand side. So when it comes to the race starts, this one could potentially determine a number of the positions and ability to climb. With that in mind, let's hand over to Ollie Askew with more information on the all-important race starts.
All right, you guys, I want to take you on a quick review of yesterday's race start and focus on this inside line, the right side of the track. It's not the preferred line for drivers doing push laps, so it's naturally going to be the dirtier side of the circuit. And naturally, yeah, it's more difficult to put the power down, and a lot of wheel spin happens for those drivers. So yeah, funneling down into turn 1 now. Drivers taking it quite easy. You can't win the race in the first couple of corners, but it can certainly be lost. And yeah, very, very close quarters here between the walls, heading down into turn 7. Another angle here. Check the left side of the track. You can see that the right side is just getting a much better launch. Sebastian Buemi there having an issue. We had learned that that's the pit speed limiter that he accidentally left on. And I want to pause at this point here just to focus on, look how much dust is being thrown up by the back side of these cars, and there is some diffuser that and underfloor that these cars have that's sucking all of that dirt off the track. So that's what it's causing that. And just shortly here, we'll have a driver's eye view of Sam Bird. Some slight contact there with Pascal Wehrlein, your eventual winner. So he's playing the long game, thinking of you know, just playing it safe there in the beginning. So back here on board with Sam Bird, I want to focus on this gap here that he has. And it's very important at the start of these races to fill the gap and brake as far as you can into the corner because it's very easy to make up those positions. So he sees the chance, brakes later, fills the gap, makes up a position or two. Depending on where you're starting, inside or outside can be very crucial in how your start plays out.
Thank you very much, Ollie. We are now just seconds away from getting this race underway. The drivers are getting themselves into cars. A little bit of breaking news for you. In P15, Sergio Sete-Camera of Neo 333 has had his car wheeled off the grid. He will not be competing. But the unfolding news is the championship story. So many cars to talk about. This man here, Mitch Evans, will he feature and can he climb, Nelson?
He's going to be in aggressive mode today because he needs to recover the points that he's lost yesterday. He is in a position where he didn't expect to be because they struggled yesterday. So he's for sure going to be maximizing the most amount of points he's going to be able because he wants to be in a championship. He wants to be a contender. So he needs to grab those points. He needs to catch the leader. And that's his chance. Starting P3, it makes a big difference over here.
Kelvin, Edo Mortara there, brilliant powertrain for Maserati. He's going to be a tough guy to overtake in terms of the Cassidys, the Jean-Eric Vernes. If they've got a chance, they've got to overtake him. Tough ask.
Yeah, definitely, but we got to say the move's got to happen early on. We spoke to Jake Dennis earlier on. He mentioned already it's going to happen the first 10 to 15 laps where it's the biggest opportunity to overtake before the energy targets start getting really high towards the end of the race. So I would expect definitely Pascal and Nick Cassidy to move forward. Otherwise, it's going to be a long old day for both of them.
Really briefly now, gents, Nick Cassidy, can he get deep into these points?
It's going to be tough. Let's see how efficient his car is going to be, but it's not going to be easy. You have a lot of experienced drivers over here, like you said. So he's going to be trying hard, but he's thinking about the championship. He's not going to put himself in any kind of risk. So he's going to be good and safe. Let's see what's going to happen.
And can history be made? Can we see the first ever pole sitter win after 13 races? It's game on for the race.
Almost all set to go then here in Jakarta as well. Alongside me in the commentary box as we can return up is Nick Homewood once again. Hello Nick, the Formula 3 race has just got underway with a perfect start as well. My thanks as well to Jess and Synthel covering that one as well. But we've got a very interesting, I think, Formula E race. 2 laps longer than yesterday and the same pole sitter with Max Gunther as well. So what are you most looking forward to? And first of all, hello, good morning.
Morning. A bit more awake than I was yesterday, but I got deja vu waking up and looking at the qualifying results.
Did you think you were a time traveller for just a split second?
Yeah, we'll have Saturday again, as long as the race is a bit more interesting than it was yesterday. But I think it should be with the 2 extra laps. Energy saving is going to be key, so I think we're going to see a different race yesterday. It was quite fairly aggressive race yesterday from some drivers, but we might see people not wanting to lead here because every little percent that you can claim back is going to help at the end with a longer race.
We're almost all set to go then, and it's going to be a lot more fun than when anybody predicts. It's round 11 of the season, and we're in Jakarta. For the second time this season, we are racing in Jakarta. Round 11 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship takes us to Indonesia as well. This fantastic circuit as well. First race here was fantastic. Second race was a bit questionable as to what was actually building it to. But a 3-way fight on the last lap provided interest. What are we going to get with 2 extra laps today around this 2.370 kilometre mile circuit? That's 1.5 miles in total. A total of 18 corners. The start-finish line not segregated like at other Formula E tracks as well. Hot overtaking spots and regen is down at turn 1 as well. Heavy on the brakes, but and tight, interesting right-hander. Next heavy opportunity for overtaking and regen down at turn 13, the hairpin. Attack mode, well, that's down at turn 16 as well. You can activate it for a maximum of 8 minutes. So you can either go a 6 and 2, a 4 and 4, or a 2 and 6 as the 2 formations as well. Let's take a look at how they line up on the grid then from back to front. It's Robin Friends in 22nd with Roberto Merri starting 21st. Then it's Dan Ticktum starting on row 10. Alongside him is Lucas de Grassi. Row 9 sees 18th for David Beckman, 17th for Nico Muller. Row 8 sees Rene Rast in 16th position. Alongside him is Sergio Sete Camara. Row 7 sees Sam Bird start in 14th with Sebastian Buemi in 13th position. Row 6 sees Norman Nato start 12th. Alongside him on row 6 is, of course, Antonio Felix da Costa in the Porsche. Row 5 sees championship leader Cassidy start in 10th position, once again missing out on the duels in exactly the same place he started yesterday. Jean-Eric Verne starts 9th. Into the duels then, Jake Hughes was first out as well in 8th position. Sasha Fenestraz is 7th. Row 3, second in the championship, just 2 points back. Pascal Verline, winner yesterday, starts 6th alongside him is Stoffel Van Dorn. Row 2 of the grid, Eduardo Mortara starts 4th. Mitch Evans starts 3rd. Front row of the grid though, Jake Dennis versus Maximilian Gunther, once again going for maximum attack here in the EPrix. My money's on Jake Dennis personally after he was denied yesterday as well. Nick, who's your money on today?
Yeah, definitely Jake Dennis. I think that the Maserati hasn't got the pace probably over the whole race. But who knows, it's a different race to yesterday, temperatures are hotter. We may well be eating our words and Gunther could win this. But we've also got Mitch Evans up there, and never count him out.
I think Sam Bird had a little bit of an issue actually on the circuit. So we might have a delayed start because something is wrong with Sam Bird. There's a Jaguar mechanic still standing there with an FIA delegate, and the start has been aborted. We've aborted the start procedure for only the third time in Formula E history. Have we aborted the start procedure? We aborted it in Season 2 in Putrajaya because I think Antonio Felix da Costa stalled on the grid, and we aborted it in Berlin earlier on this year because of protesters, and now we've aborted the start procedure here because Sam Bird, I don't think, has got any drive. Well, the miserable weekend continues for Sam, and Sete Camara's in the pit lane.
Sete Camara has pulled out of the race, apparently.
Oh, so out goes Sergio Sete Camara and out goes Sam Bird. This is unbelievable stuff. So,
I hope the cars behind remember to line up in their correct places.
yeah, because they're going to go. That whole grid's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah, the whole row is missing.
Sete Camara 15th, Bird 14th, and having to push him right back in the middle of the field as well. Thank goodness the car isn't live. But
it doesn't look like the car's got proper power because the main rain light's on, but none of the other lights are on.
So yeah, it has. I don't think it's. Do you reckon just stuck in some sort of anti-stall start procedure? Oh dear, James Bartley's not looking happy, is he?
Probably just got to turn it off and on again. That'll be great.
Isn't that always the way as well, to turn it on and
always.
off? Well, the funky music keeps on going. They've pushed him right back into the pit lane area. Wow.
Okay, Sam. So we're going to plug in and try and get going.
On those two marshals.
The pit lane.
Let's see if he can make a pit.
Oh, they've pushed him back into the pit lane. Yeah, the speed. They are really good, aren't they? Those marshals. Can we get those permanently, please? They're top dollar.
I hope they don't get a pit lane speeding fine.
Speeding in the pit lane, and it's not even under their own power. Okay, all set to go then. The tension noise builds up. That was missing yesterday. What are we going to see in race 2 at Jakarta? Well, the amber lights are still flashing. We shouldn't have a complete restart of the procedure. Because
I wonder if there's a minimum time.
Yes, that's true, to restart the procedure. I'm loving the tense build-up. Yeah, go on.
It doesn't look like Sam Bird's going to take part at all because he hasn't gone back to the garage. He's gone back to the sort of FIA area.
Right. What are they going to do then? Because they've extinguished the two lights, but green lights. Okay, so we've aborted the start procedure just to go straight to the green light. So they'll form up on the grid then. So Bird's out, Sete Camara's out, all before we even get two lights out. So 20 Formula E cars will line up. Yeah, Bird's stuck at the FIA weighbridge, isn't he? You're right. I've just seen him on the TV pictures myself.
Yeah, so I guess he's not going to be taking part in any capacity.
Formula E is net carbon zero. Can you believe it?
But it looks like the medical cars are combustion.
It did, didn't it? The way it sort of launched forward.
Pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. Green flag in the back. All set then for round 11 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship to get underway here in Jakarta. 5 lights are on. Action in Indonesia. Good start from Gunther. Dixon's going to have to come back across the inside line. Look at Dennis. But he's going to defend from Evans. Brilliant start. And at the inside once again from Stoffel van Dorn. I meant Dennis, not Dixon, into turn 1. He defends second position. Look at that from Evans, trying to hold it on the outside. Van Dorn stays 4th. A demon start yesterday, a demon start today. Verline on the inside. He's now got attack from Vern on the outside. And Vern's going to keep the position. Verline holds it around the outside. Fenestraz passes Van Dorn. Hughes passes to Costa. Buemi hasn't mucked up the start today, which is great news. And there's 3 wide coming into turn 3. That was an okay start, actually.
It was, again. For considering how dusty the track is, they've all, as we said, that Cassidy just went into the back of, or is that Rast or Hughes? I think it's Hughes.
He's Hughes, yeah, in the McLaren. And he's damaged his front wing.
Yeah, hopefully he can carry on, but yeah, clean start again.
Oh, he tried to have a little lunge there on Hughes, and he's side by side. Hughes trying to have an attack. Now, as Rast past Muller, Merry's up to 6th. Roberto Merry is up into 16th place. Brilliant start from him, and he's passed his teammate Lucas de Grassi. Beckman's down to 18th, confirmed only 20 starters. Bird is out, Sete Camara hasn't started but hasn't officially been pulled out just yet, but he is out. We know he hasn't started. Look at that, Cassidy having to go defensive again as da Costa tries to pull around the outside. Meantime, That is going to be Robin Freins trying to pass Beckman. Freins started 22nd on the grid. Effectively 20th, but has to go back up. Okay, so Gunther leads the opening lap. Dennis couldn't do anything about it.
Yep, and we're now going to get into the sort of train stage of the race where everyone's trying to save a bit of energy before we get to the hopefully more action-packed part at the end.
Fingers crossed. They've got 8 minutes of attack mode, as I said. It's either a 6 minute first, then 2 minute later, or a 4 and 4, or a 2 and 6, depending on how you get to activate. It's a bit debris, yeah. Is that off Hughes, do you reckon?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, TV pictures go. Signal in Indonesia isn't that great as well for the television cameras this weekend. They've been constantly going in and out.
Well, the Monaco broadcasters had to find somewhere else to go.
Yeah, especially as yesterday we barely saw any actual action that happened. I look back at the replay highlights and it was like, I didn't see half of that stuff in that race.
I wonder if they'll make another appearance at the BTCC today.
Yeah, that's a point. I don't really... I hope they haven't got that stupid tyre wheel. Here's the start then, Nick.
Yep, so big gap in the middle of the field. But everyone got away very well. Van Dorn got a very good start, tried to go up the inside of Dennis, but Dennis was not having any of that. Covered him off, and then Van Dorn gets eventually overtaken by Fenestras. He tried to go for a move there on Evans, but there was no space, so he had to back out. That's how Fenestras got by. Everyone else, yeah, 2x2 very cleanly.
This is on board there. Look at Dennis. He just forced Evans off towards the wall.
Dennis was trying to defend against on both sides and somehow succeeded.
That's very rare. Very well done from Jake Dennis. Maybe I should call him Scott Dixon more often. That's exactly what he would do on an oval. Here's a replay on board with Gunther. Oh, Gunther just got a great launch. That Maserati.
Perfect.
That's what we saw in pre-season testing. They've just had a horrible start to the year. Now at the end of it, they've suddenly gone, oh, yeah, we've got a good car, haven't we? Better start showing it.
Yeah, they just remembered.
Yeah.
Let's drive faster.
Yeah. And Mortara is just about remembering. Gunther radio.
To take the lead, so it's very important to hit our target.
Van Dorn sliding up the inside of Sasha Fenestras for 4th position. We've got attack mode activated. Freins and Tictum have both taken 2 minutes, which means they've got 4 minutes to go later on in the race. As they scream through. And again, look at that.
He's going for it.
Gunther.
He's defending and attacking. Oh, they've got the laptop out for Sandberg. It must be serious.
Yeah, laptop in. Attack this lap for Gunther. So we're going to see some change already. But yeah, Bird with a laptop. Well, he's 4 laps down, so he's already out of it. But Van Dorn's having to defend hard from Sasha Fenestras, who just got passed on this lap by Van Dorn and still wants to get through. He's dragging along Mortara with him as well. Fenestras in P5, Mortara P6, Verline P7. Oh, and is that Gunther taking attack? Yeah, Dennis takes the lead. So he's got 6 minutes to use later on in the race. Wow.
Same he did yesterday, I think.
Like 5 onwards. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Exactly the same. So Dennis takes the lead on lap 5. And that is...
Dennis needs to make good his escape up the road. Ready?
And this is Verline. What's he done? Further back, we need to look. There he is. Oh, look, there he is. And nearly white. Did he widen to the side of Mortara? No, he didn't. Wow.
Very lucky there.
He's going for the championship lead today. Needs 2 points more than Nick Cassidy, and he's got the lead. Mortara's past Fenestras.
Yeah, that was very close. Clean underwear to the Porsche garage for that line.
Slippery surface flag out is at turns 12.1 and 13. So that debris that you spotted, Nick, is now looked at as into turn 13 now. Hughes is having a little look at DaCosta. There's the debris. As Vern was on the back as well. And there goes Dennis taking attack mode. Oh, and crucially gets out ahead. Dennis gets out ahead of Gunther. That's scuppered Gunther's plans.
Big time, and he's taken 2 minutes, so he's got the same left as Gunther, so he is now ahead, even after attack mode.
Evans leads the race as Dennis immediately trying to fight back round the outside, coming to turn 1. Evans goes defensive and can hold him off for another lap. He can take his first attack mode as well. Dennis is all over the place. Nice and tight now. Gunther's got 17 seconds left. They're going to gang up on each other. Run down towards the braking zone for turn 7. Anyone going for it? Oh, there's a whole bump that I didn't notice yesterday, Nick, on the inside of the track. It's just bouncing the cars. That's how Verline almost lost it.
Yeah, it must be. I didn't notice that yesterday either, but maybe they weren't on that part of the track.
We've had it confirmed. Bird and Centre Camera are not starting the race, so they are out. As Degrassi and Merry have taken 4 minutes, so they've gone for the 4-4 approach. As they come through.
Just because it's Evans takes attack mode.
Is he going to go out? Yeah, comes out. That's crucial. Comes out ahead of Van Dorn as well, but behind Dennis and Gunther. But Gunther hasn't got attack mode left. Gunther's going to be left vulnerable once again, like yesterday. Dennis takes the lead. Oh, and Beckman. Has he taken it or has he dropped back? Beckman's had a problem. Beckman's gone down into 20th position. He hasn't taken attack mode, but here comes Mitch Evans. And further behind, Van Dorn versus Mortara. Trying to find a run between them as well. Not going to work out there. Beckman's in the pit. Beckman's out. Wow, okay.
What happened there? Maybe a puncture or something?
Could be. Maybe he's run over the debris.
Oh, yeah.
That
Formula E don't seem that bothered about throwing full course yellows for debris at the minute.
I think Scott Elkins forgot that device exists, to be fair.
There's a really dusty button on his control panel. He hasn't been pressed in a while.
He probably thinks it brings him a Coke when it comes to...
He's on a diet.
Diet Coke, then. Oh, is Diet Coke just worse for you? I don't know. As they come through.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just having a look as well. Uncoma Dennis, as said, was topping Group A and Group B, exactly the same as what we saw in the second session as well. And that
looks okay.
Yeah, so what's the problem with it? That's worrying because Beckman's car is the same as Dennis's. So
and that's seemingly 3 mechanical failures, 2 before we even reach the grid, and 1 before lap 10. So I wonder if it's the heat or the humidity is playing havoc with the cars.
Do you know, I was just going to ask you, do you reckon it's something to do with the heat? Oh, let's have a look at Beckman now on the replay. So he's coming through attack mode. Oh, he's had contact and he's hit the barrier. He's broken the suspension. Now, which I think that's going to be Roberto Merritt. No, it can't. It's Degrassi. Because of where he was in. Degrassi hit him. Oh, well, Lucas, you're doing something right.
He'll be on Twitter after the race, don't worry.
Yeah, and at the inside, Gunther's having to attack. And he's passed Evans again. And now Evans is under pressure from Van Dorn just behind. Another yellow flag.
Evans didn't get to use that attack mode because he's still behind Gunther.
Yeah, you're right. So he lost out massively.
We've been seeing over these 2 races that attack mode isn't actually that much of an advantage. We saw that on Cassidy yesterday where he got it and didn't make a single position up.
Yeah, he was, and he had 6 minutes, didn't he?
Yeah, it's mainly just...
Evans!
There goes Evans.
Evans! On the inside as well, Mortara and Van Dorn! And it's 3 wide as Fenestrad's coming through on the inside. It's all changed into turn 1. Evans takes second.
Gave up on that one, rightfully.
Yeah. Because that would have been contact.
The Maserati garage would have been closing their eyes and hiding behind the sofa.
Speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil, all that jazz. As they
That
try
would
and
have been
see through.
evil had they made contact.
Well, the teammates like to make it difficult, don't they? As well, think about as well that I bet Evans actually happy that Sam Bird's not in the race. The way he keeps taking him out of these ones.
He'll come out of the pits just to drive into it.
Comes out and just whacks into him at the pit exit in turn 1.
Go straight back in. Right.
Oh no, he's at the car. Hello,
yeah,
Sam.
Okay, he's safe. Just don't give him access to Evans's laptop.
He's right there, isn't he? That's what I'm worried about. I can see it. Just turns power down remotely. Yeah.
The car's even crashed getting into the garage. That's how bad the weekend's been.
Oh god, it didn't. Oh.
Hit the side.
You've got to feel for Sam Bird as Dennis goes defensive. Even without attack mode, Mitch Evans looking absolutely feisty. And Mortara and Gunther, finally, this season can work together with that powerful Maserati car. Just wonder, can we see anything better? Let's hear some radio from Evans.
Copy. We've heard Dennis has been told to slow down a bit. Yes, a lot.
So Dennis is slowing down. And look! That's a little dive bomb from Gunther on the inside, coming through turn 11 and 12. Evans on the outside. That's brave, bold, and beautiful from Gunther. Can we see anything from Mortara? That's an unusual part of the track to overtake. That must have been slowing down massively.
Very opportune move from Gunther there, but I have just noticed on the timing tower the entire field is separated by 9.5 seconds.
Fantastic! Oh, Fenestraz passed by Verline as he went for a move on Van Dorn. Didn't work out. So that's
the problem
yeah.
with everything being so packed up. If you go for a move and it doesn't work out, you're going to get overtaken.
Oh, I apologise to Lucas de Grassi. It looks like it was Roberto Merri who put Beckman out of the race. Although I don't know how, because they weren't that far back in the race as Dennis goes defensive against Gunther. Yeah, I don't know how, because Merri was running in 16th place and the driver alongside him was de Grassi. Beckman's always been in 20th. Yeah, that doesn't. But Merri's always. That doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe there was some attack mode going on.
Yeah.
He just dropped back, having taken attack mode, maybe.
I'd love to see the replay in full because we should only caught the end of that. These cars have onboard cameras now. We should be able to see all of them. As there's some moves going on further back as well. I think that was. Is that Frines making a move? Surely not. Frines. Oh, it could be Muller. Muller on de Grassi. He's got attack mode. As they swing
through. Just bonkers. The entire field is stuck behind Jake Dennis, and he's leading the race.
I know, it's pack racing. They can't do this. It's like the Indy 500 last week. Everyone was just so stuck together for 500 miles.
Let's hope no one goes upside down.
Yeah, that's true. Let's have a replay with Gunther then. This is his move. So what happened? He was already alongside. Oh, that's just commitment through a tight part of the track. That's Saudi level.
Yeah. Got in the dust as well. He just got alongside him on the brakes and then just stuck it out. Evans tried to...
That's Evans. Yeah, he can't. I feel like that was Dennis going defensive from Gunther, who was going defensive from Evans, who was going defensive from Mortara, while Fenestraz and Van Dorn made a basket to turn. This race is insane. It's not...
Everyone's got the same energy level.
Well, this is just... Oh, and now here comes Gunther around the outside as Dennis backs him up into turn 7.
Tried to do it again. Dennis was wise to it.
And Evans is there right there too. And Evans is on the back, but look, he's lifted slightly and Mortara closes up. This is going to end in a massive accident with the field. I can just see it, because everyone's going to back up and lift to save energy at the wrong time.
Well, they must be saving a lot of energy going this slowly. So I'm guessing at some point, Dennis is just going to absolutely bolt.
Didn't we see
the field is going to stretch.
Didn't we see yesterday on lap, what was it? 14, they had gone down to, what was it, 64%? Somewhere on 69?
Yeah.
So already they're saving energy at this point in the race.
So, it's what, probably 2% a lap, is it?
Yeah.
Just over 2.5% a lap. So, in about 2 laps, they should have enough...
To make it
at a faster pace. If my very quick maths calculations are correct, which they're probably not.
I'm just looking at the timing screen as well to show everyone the difference as well, because look, we've got the field separated, as you say, by 6.991, so the gap was closed by 3 seconds.
That's ridiculous.
The tracks are not designed to keep the entire field together as DaCosta passes Cassidy and Verne passes NATO.
Verne's dropping down.
Oh, so Verne has had a bigger issue. Well,
he's still going. I think he just got swamped.
And that is up the inside. That's it stopped cutting away. That was NATO passing Verne again. And Tickton, well, it's all changed. It's all changing in the top 10, coming into the braking zone. NATO passing Hughes, Verne passing Boemi, Rast passing de Grassi.
If only we could see it.
Yeah. We don't need to see the front. We need to see the back. It's all
Lucky
changed.
They're not too far away.
Incident involving de Grassi and Beckman is under investigation for contact. Thank you! It was de Grassi. I'm not going insane. They did get it wrong. So I was correct. It was de Grassi hitting Beckman that put Beckman out the race. There's here from Dennis.
Just keep it up, mate. Make a job.
Keep it up, mate. Make a job. And this is Boemi. He got forced off by... Oh, and nearly into the wall by Verne. You're right. So Boemi once again losing his straight lane.
Is that McLaren?
I'm not sure. That guy's over the back. Verne's off! Verne's off! Verne's down into 19th place. Unless it's a timing screen error, Jean-Eric Verne is down into 19th. All 3 timing screens are showing it.
I'm not seeing him. And there's a big old gap that's just developed where you'd expect there to be a car in that train.
So where's the yellows? And where is he? As Da Costa passes Verline, and now we get attack modes. Van Dorn, Fenestraz, Verline. Van Dorn, 6 minutes, 2 minutes apiece for Fenestraz and Verline. And is Vern still circulating? Oh, no, he's stopped. Vern's in the pits. Vern is...
Another?
Yeah, maybe. Another electrical. And at the inside, the top four battling. Gunther passing Evans. Mortara coming in. Cassidy's passed Degrassi into turn 1 as well, and now he's got eyes on Verline. Now we start pushing.
Yes, the gaps are starting to stretch, aren't they?
Yeah. It's all going out. This is ludicrous racing.
I expect Dennis, Gunther, Evans and Mortara to consider taking attack mode soon to cover off Van Dorn.
And it's getting a little bit too close for comfort as well in the braking zone as... Oh, so much nearly contact. 6 minutes left, look, for Dennis, Gunther, Evans. Mortara hasn't used any attack mode yet. He has got it all.
That's Cassidy.
The amount of debris on the track, it's quite alarming. Dennis takes attack mode. So does Mortara. And it is, you're right, bang on with 6. Did Mortara get it?
No.
Mortara missed it. Yes!
Oh, commentator's curse. Just as we said he was doing well.
Mortara's missed the sensors. And Gunther leads. And Dennis attacking Evans. It's race on in Jakarta.
It did look like Mortara was in the area. I wonder if he either forgot to arm it or if he's got a fault so that it's not armed. We've had that before, haven't we?
Yes, earlier on this year, wasn't it? One race, we had it too.
Could not take attack mode.
This is getting a bit close. Let's have a radio, Evans.
Gunther's done the fastest.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, there is a front wing.
Oh, yeah, front wing under the front wheels for Vern.
So who did he hit? Did it dislodge? No.
No. Thankfully, then we'd have had a safety car.
Yeah. The amount of debris on the track is still ludicrous, though. And Gunther's taking attack mode. That's a late call. Does he get out ahead of Evans? Oh, it's going to be tight. Evans takes the lead.
Dennis, though.
That's crucial. Oh, so Gunther's leapfrogged it, but Dennis is going to try and swing back round the outside. Down the straight we go. Evans is going to lead a lap, but this is not going to last long, I think. Down to turn 1. No, Gunther can't take it. It will be, though. Gunther will take this one.
Yes, and Dennis will as well, I assume. But, yeah, the attack mode here, it seems to be you guaranteed to lose a position. The overcut, as it were, is working better because the attack mode isn't actually giving that much of an advantage.
Attack mode for... Well, Vern's back out on the track. He's taking it too. So is Robin Frines. So we'll just take a quick look at the battle screen to show everybody what we've got going on here. Fastest up of the race is Van Dorn at 1:10.133, but we've got Gunther with 5 minutes left, Dennis with 3.5, Van Dorn 2.5, 5 minutes for Frines, 90 seconds for Jean-Eric Verne. 3 retirements.
Very close.
Oh, wait.
Gunther and Evans.
I think... Oh, well, I thought Evans was going to go for attack mode, but he decided to cut off as Mortara finally activates his, but for 2 minutes. He's got work to do. Da Costa and Nato takes it. That drops Mortara down to 8th position again.
Cassidy slowly making his way up, as he did yesterday. Here comes Gunther.
Evans goes defensive. No, it's lifts. Come on, Gunther. You've got a car that can pass now. Nato's past Hughes. Frines past Merry.
I think it's because it's this race is going to be so tight on any.
Nick? We might have lost Nick. Ah, hello, Nick. Can you hear me?
Oh, cut out.
Sorry, we're back now.
Yeah, as I was saying, the energy target is so close on this race. Even when you've got attack mode, you've got to lift off early and keep lifting off because otherwise you're not going to meet your numbers and you're not going to make the end of the race. So attack mode is no real advantage around here.
That's why we're seeing all this pack racing again. They can't close up together. Oh, this is it. Evans now should... Oh, he hasn't taken it still. He's still got 6 minutes, though. I think he's going to wait until Gunther and Dennis are out of it, then use it.
I think so too, yeah.
Because he's in a great position right now. Oh, on Hughes is off. Hughes has just taken attack mode, but he's dropped down positions, and maybe that's why. Evans goes defensive again, but look at that! Dennis wants to go. I did it again. Dennis trying to go right around the outside of the pair of them into turn 1. Dennis takes Gunther. Can he? And Gunther goes right back at him. Well,
wow.
Who's
very ambitious, very brave.
Evans was really backing them all up, and he's twitching through the corner as well. I keep wanting to call Dennis Dixon because he's in an Andretti.
It's fair, yeah, fair enough. We'll paint it orange and then...
Yeah, it's all good. Evans' radio.
Copy. Good efficiency.
So
Efficiency. What happened here then? That was a good move. Oh, he got... Did he back out of it, or did he get hit by Evans?
I think Evans sort of jinked over a little bit, and that caused...
Dennis to go, whoa.
Dennis, not Dixon. You've got it in my head now, to check up.
Yeah. Oh, Cassidy's off! Cassidy's in the wall, and he's brought out the double yellow at turn 16. And that is at the attack mode. Cassidy's in the wall. And he's broken his front wing. I don't think he's gone for attack mode. I think he's gone in for a corner, and he's been hit.
Maybe someone coming out of attack mode?
Yeah. Is that going to cause a safety cars? Dennis in the last minute of attack mode. Gunther's still on the 2. Green flag.
Mortara past Acosta.
Yep, it's green flag, so it's all good. So that's Mortara to... Mortara's just passed Acosta in attack mode.
Yes, he has.
That's bizarre. Oh, my.
Cassidy's championship just took a big hit.
Yeah, that's a good point, because that's going to put Verline to the lead of the title. And Cassidy is out! Oh my goodness! We believe there was contact.
I think he's just having a wing change.
Let's go put him a lap down. He could have done with the safety guy. Should have stayed there. Would have helped Boemi. And he's gone. He won't lose a lap. If there's a safety car, he'll stay in.
He's just got fingers and toes crossed for the rest of the race. There goes Evans into attack mode.
And so does Venestraz, so does Van Dorn as well. It's the full 6 minutes for Evans. Gunther takes the lead. My goodness. And there's all sorts of mayhem happening in the last corner as well. They can't keep up close enough.
Venestraz just ran over what was left of Cassidy's front wing.
My goodness. Let's have a replay then.
So... Oh, he's gone up the inside of... Is that Verline?
He's hit his own championship rival! I don't believe it! He's hit Verline!
Look, he was quite some way back.
He's gone for the gap.
Yeah!
It was never really there, was it? There wasn't really a gap.
Cassidy, the two championship rivals have hit each other as Cassidy's tried to go for a gap that wasn't there, and it's ended up costing him the race.
And possibly the championship.
That could be the most anticlimactic end to a championship we might see. If it all goes wrong there, and it was that type of accident, that is the most anticlimactic thing I've ever seen in my life. It was just a little touch, and it's cost him.
Evans is losing time with attack mode.
Yeah, he's down massively. And look at this, that's Mortara. Sorry, correction, that's Van Dorn passing Verline. Mortara's dropped back as well. But Evans has lost he's lost 3 seconds in this. I reckon that car's got a problem. Or it's low on energy.
I just think the attack mode is no use here. It might also be because the track is so dusty, you just cannot get that extra power down onto the road.
There's Van Dorn, once again making the move. We just saw that on Verline. Why we had an immediate replay, I do not know. Swing through. Yeah, the TV direction's a bit off again this weekend.
Evans is quite a way down on energy as well compared to Gunther and Dennis. They're on 45, he's on 43.
Can we see a change? Still no investigation. It's into investigation, but we haven't heard anything from Degrassi as Tickton passes Muller. On board with, I think, Verline, or is it Stocosta? I can't quite tell on the... I think it's...
That's Verline.
Right, it's Verline, yeah. Oh, yes, he's right behind Van Dorn on the start and finish straight. That helps.
Gunther gets the fastest lap.
Oh, that's another bonus point.
Him and Dennis are starting to take off.
About time too. The two Porsche power... we've got a Maserati powertrain and a Porsche powertrain taking off. Through the chicane area as well, 3 and 4. And then 3, 5.
5 different teams in the top 5.
Maserati... I've got to check this. Maserati, Andretti, Jaguar, Penske, Porsche. My goodness. Who's this replay for? Evans.
Captain Stoffel is increasing.
So,
we hit our targets. Max efficiency.
Ben Edwards still learning the new team radio, isn't he?
Yep.
Nice to hear him, though.
It is. I wonder who they're going to pick for next season.
Me. Hello, me. It's going to be me. As Tina Turner put it, simply the best. As they come through, is that Verl? I'm going to go for a move on my door. No. I'll tell you what, though, Nick. I am going to try my hardest to get that job.
Yeah, definitely.
Here comes Dennis.
Evans, 2 minutes remaining. Van Dorn has used both attacks.
So Dennis being told how to, but Evans is now what, 3 seconds back? Yeah, he's 3 seconds back to this battle. It's nowhere near.
He's lost 2 seconds under attack mode.
What was the point of attack mode again? Was it not to close in, not gap? What is going on?
Yeah, they'd be better off having, I don't know, pit stops.
Yeah, like we were supposed to have this year.
Yeah, fast charging. Would the fast charging have gotten rid of attack mode?
Yes. Also, I don't know. I can't remember how it works.
It was sort of a top-up, wasn't it? You'd come in and have a sort of 20% top-up on your battery.
Yeah. And you could choose when in the race to have that top-up. Although the attack charge was supposed to be in this year at Jakarta. It was supposed to be tested for the first time here in Jakarta, and it never was.
Is it next season now?
Yeah, next season now.
I still don't think these Gen 3 cars were ready.
No, they were a year too early. Because of... Oh, and that's... Oh, contact! And there's going to be more contact! As Buemi and Rast! Buemi's gone through attack mode. Buemi now back up the inside. He's got damage from a ring, remember? And here comes trouble. It's Dan Ticktum. Just falls in behind. Buemi in front. And he's got the attack, so he's fine. Someone's locked up.
Yeah, big time.
Can't see anyone in the...
Mortara has dropped down. I think it was Mortara.
Oh, no. Nate has passed him. Yep, I've just heard Karun say exactly the same thing in my ears, Nick. So Mortara's gone off. So on the chat, that's even worse.
That's a calm bunch, isn't it?
Also, for the first time, I think since 1990... No, for the first time since 2001, Ben Edwards is commentator on Eurosport. It's a nice little fact I've noticed as well.
A homecoming.
Yes. Ends his career at Euro.
Okay, he's deploying more than us everywhere, and the gap is growing. Great job. 1.2 gap behind. They're very happy.
To be fair, I'm surprised. Oh, and there goes once again attack mode activated. Frontello finished Costa. Anna Eduardo Mortara takes 6 minutes. NATO's passed Costa as well. I'm surprised actually Ben's not on the Le Mans 24-hour coverage. They've got Alex Jakes and everyone else. That would have been a nice little thing. As this was Rast on Bohemian, wasn't it? So Bohemian's going to cut back across the track. Well, that's just the fault of the attack mode. We saw that in Mexico, didn't we?
Yeah, it's not a great place for it. It's very narrow on the exit if there's another car there. Because Rast couldn't... You know, that's just where the car naturally understeers out to as you're coming out of the corner.
Yeah, so it's a bit faulty design, but it's the only place you can put it actually on this track. Although you could put it in the hairpin at 10:13, which I thought is a nice logical place to put it. Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's where they seem to put it on quite a lot of tracks on the outside of a hairpin.
London, that's where it is as well.
Dennis is dropping back, but saving.
Yeah. So he's 2.4 seconds behind Gunther. So the race that was packed racing has now become Max Verstappen domination style. It'll close up. There's 12 laps to go. It will close.
A safety car would spice things up a bit.
It'd be very much welcomed. We haven't had a safety car in a few races now. Don't think we had one in Berlin either. I can't remember. When was the last time we actually had a safety car? It wasn't in Monaco, was it? Did we have one in Monaco?
I missed the race in Monaco, but
yeah.
I can't remember. Just Da Costa with a broken wing.
Da Costa then. Who's he hit? Or is it just exploded into the load? Because there's a... I think that's Friends with... No, that's Muller with a a damaged front wing on him as well. And Friends has dropped all the way back to 15th place. Gunther leads. Oh, here we go.
See anything, but we haven't seen very much this race.
Yeah. Double lock-up from Mortara.
He got caught out by how early Verlaine braked. I had to slam on the brakes to avoid him.
What are you doing with Verlaine braking today? It's catching everyone out.
Yeah. I don't know, he's a bit of an accident magnet at the minute, isn't he? Judging by the last few races.
Yeah. So if Verlaine wins the title, I think it might be the most controversial in Formula E. Even it even goes above a couple of others we've had, hasn't it?
I mean, it just shows how, no one's having a particularly great season, because Verlaine has had an absolute shocker for 4 or 5 races, and he's still right up there.
I said he never really went, he just forgot who he was.
Yep.
Any drastic sectors change for him?
I heard interesting Sector 2, maybe increase in Sector 2. So Dennis now 3 seconds behind Gunther, and I believe are they still the same energy?
Dennis was about 1% higher last time it came on.
So he has saved that for the end of the race then.
But 3 seconds is a big gap to close in. You're going to use that extra percent easily, and more, gaining 3 seconds.
I think Gunther is desperate for there not to be any added laps. He doesn't want to have to save energy. Although he's saving the safety car, but I'm just going to go push it again.
Yeah.
Evans.
We need to manage things from where we are, and the only way to do it is how you are doing it. So we need to keep doing what you're doing.
We have to manage for the end of the race, but the only way we can do that is what you're doing now. So we can just keep doing what we do. That's, I think, the most useless message I've ever heard. You may as well just
change
say
nothing.
Yeah, change nothing. We'll have a very long thing, but it won't do anything.
Verlaine's still got 6 minutes of attack mode left. Not that that seems to mean anything around this track.
Nah, maybe that's why he's just going to waste it at the end. But as soon as he leaves, he's going to drop out this. So the title might own. Actually, he's going to drop. But where is he in this little battle? He's leading this little train, isn't he? So he'll drop.
He's in the middle, but yeah, he's going to drop behind Costa probably.
And that will be only 2 points, which means, look, they'll be level on points. Because Verlaine, at the moment, Dennis is going to go up to 132. Cassidy has lost out big time here.
But he still only would be 8 points off the lead.
If anything, this weekend's just closed it up and made it more entertaining for the end of the year.
Yeah, and there's not many races left now, is there? Was there Rome, Portland...
London, yeah.
London.
So 5 races, but 3 weekends, because it's a double header in Rome and London. Portland's a single race for some reason.
Fly all the way across the world for a single race.
I know. I would much rather Portland been a double header like New York was, to be fair.
Or just have every race be a double header.
Yeah.
And have less of them.
Yeah. Quality, not quantity. Look at that.
Here comes Verlaine. No.
I thought you were going to start rapping now. Yeah, go on.
You're running a series that's all about sustainability, and you're flying across the world for a single race.
Yeah.
It does, mixed messaging.
And that is a very wide entry for Evans, as Verlaine tries to attack as well, and side by side, Norman Nato. Was that Fenestras passing? What's happened there?
I think that was Da Costa going for a move on Nato
yeah.
But not making it stick.
It's really hard to tell these cars when they run together because they've got such similar liveries.
So many of them are red.
Yeah. And like the McLarens and the DSs, they're the same from the back. So it's hard to tell. Here's Gunther.
Okay, then he's got 0.5 more energy. Okay, those target, that means nothing. So keep hitting your target.
All that saving, and it's only 0.5%, and he's 3 seconds back. Verlaine's passed to Costa. And
Verlaine's taking attack, yeah.
That's it, yeah. And he's really passed to Costa already.
Well, he's already back through, yeah.
Nice.
Took a while for the TV to catch up with the timing screen.
Yeah. Because we didn't even see Verlaine took attack mode until it happened, and all of a sudden he was back ahead. So yeah, Ticktum's taking it too.
Passes Buemi.
And he's got 6 minutes too. He must have done that a while ago. The TV tower just hasn't noticed it. Like Vern's just taken it as well. 6 minutes to the end of the race. Who's this radio for? Max Gunther.
A few more laps like that, and we sorted.
A few more laps like that. So Max Gunther, I think, has swapped disguises, and now he's Max Verstappen.
It's a good weekend to be called Max.
It really is. I wonder if we'll have Max winning all the time as the Nissan sends it out. That's Fenestras trying to get past Van Dorn. Coming into turn 13, almost a big accident. I think Van Dorn knew he was there as Buemi takes his final attack. Does he stay ahead of... yes, oh, hang on a minute. Yes, he stays ahead of Grassy. Yeah.
Ooh, that could get interesting.
Q London, Season 2. As they come across.
The most inevitable collision in the history of motor racing.
Oh, look at this, though. Dennis and Verline will be on exactly the same points if things finish the way they are. But Verline's right in the back of this little train he dropped out of with much faster power and a much quicker car that we're going to have to see.
So he's got 4 minutes left, which is 2 laps to try and get past both the Nissans, Van Dorn and Evans.
You know,
Bit of a tall order.
Yeah, you say it sounds impossible now, even for Pascal Verline in the rejuvenated form. Oh, touching the wall was Van Dorn, and that's allowed Fenestras up the inside. Van Dorn makes a crucial error, and he's got both of them, and Fenestras goes wide, and Nato slips through. Nato takes the pair of them. Fenestras back on the inside line. Maybe he won't need to get past him. They might take each other out.
Very good racing there.
Fenestras stays ahead. Nato's going to come in. Here comes Verline, but he's been caught up now as well by Da Costa and the whole train. And Verline's going for it on the inside of Van Dorn. Van Dorn defends hard into turn 1. Verline goes late, swings through, and takes the attack. And yeah, you know the lights are supposed to be on to tell us that they're on attack mode, but they're just flashing for Van Dorn. The lights don't work.
Just turn them off.
Yeah.
Just turn them off, honestly.
They worked for Gen 2, but then for Gen 3, they're just not working. Oh, hang on, no! There was a move. We needed to know. That was Da Costa. And Van Dorn's down to 9th. Da Costa and Mortara's got through, and Van Dorn's gone wide, as we've been telling Monte Carlo'd.
The technical term for that is being strolled, isn't it?
That's it, yeah. This is ridiculous. Come on. Can we see?
It's the same in all series at the minute. The TV coverage just seems way below par.
We need ITV back. At least when they did the British Grand Prix, we had good TV coverage, apart from the fact when they used to go to ABB.
I missed the little white and black spinny thing in the corner.
Yes, I do.
Show you adverts were coming up.
I missed that.
I don't miss the adverts, but...
No, I missed that. It will come in handy on Sky F1 when they go to AdBreaks.
Yeah. And the old F1 intro, where, like, was it 2007, 2008?
Lift Me Up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a nostalgia hit.
I did want that as our intro this year for F1, but it is a copyrighted music song. But the You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet retune, the remix, it became copyright free this year because it's 20 years since it was made. So that's why it's our intro this year.
Perfect.
I know. Gotta take it. Gotta use it. Although you can't use the first ever ITV F1 theme. And you can't use Apollo. So the retune of You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet is the only one you can use. So I went for it.
Yeah.
One of my favourites.
F1's got a history of great theme songs.
To be fair, I never liked Just Drive that much, the theme. It felt a bit too... Sky were trying to rip BBC.
Yep.
Verline's going to the inside line towards turn number 1. Can't get a move on Nato.
That was probably his last attempt as well.
Yeah, he's too far back, isn't he, now?
So in attack mode, he's lost 2 positions.
Yeah, and I believe puts us level on the championship with Dennis. So let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's attack mode overtakes. Verline's done 3.
What a weirdly useless stat.
Yeah. Verline 3.
What that's doing is proving that attack mode is pretty useless.
I bet there's been more normal overtakes than attack mode overtakes in this race.
Well, we saw Mortara overtake Da Costa while Da Costa was in attack mode.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Mortara was just out of it. He was so quick to get to overtake. Just quickly, Verline will lead the title by 1 point at the moment to Dennis. 134 to 133.
Has Dennis already got the fastest lap?
I'm not sure. He's just done it, hasn't he? Was his last?
He has, but
yeah.
Don't know if anyone else claimed it since then.
Last lap is the best lap. No added lap. So if there's a safety car now, we will end under the safety car. So lap 36 of 38. Gunther leads by 2.6 seconds. Friends has passed to Grassi. I'm desperately trying to tell out what was his last lap time. Hang on. The last lap time for... I'm trying to get it... Where is it? Last lap time, 109.796, 109.171. No, yeah, so Dennis has the fast lap, so I think that graphic is correct. Otherwise, it'll be a 2-point gap.
Okay.
So Dennis, with that fastest lap, has got himself in it, but Mortara's gone purple sector 1. So Mortara might be on it, as Vern passes Merry. Battle for third, though, is where we're watching. Evans, Fenestraz, Nato, Verline, DaCosta, Mortara, Tigton, Van Dorn. Throw them all in. There's Gunther with 2 to go.
It's amazing how we've gone from the entire field being separated by 6 seconds. The entire field is now 55 seconds.
Not negative. He's got it.
Half the race distance.
9.17. But let's focus about the big prize.
Gunther just says, let's focus about the big points as well as by his team. Yeah. In half the race, we've had 2 very different races already in one race. We've had a double header with I think 4 different races in them all.
But I think today's race has been more entertaining than yesterday's race.
Yesterday's race, we wanted to put it with a stick as well. Today, we've wanted to sort of slow it down a bit, and then we wanted to speed it back up again. It hasn't been like shouty, has it? It's been a quite nice, entertaining morning race.
Yeah.
And now...
Not Hyderabad.
Yes.
Level.
Yeah. God.
Push sector 1 in case it goes, and as soon as you don't think it can do it,
Can't even hear Dennis's radio. He says something about sector 1. Last lap. I think Gunther deserves it. This is what Gunther deserved yesterday, was a victory, but lost out to Verline and Dennis. Today, got pole and has taken it. This is what he deserves.
He's had an almost flawless weekend.
Yeah. Podium yesterday, win today on the road. This has been Gunther's weekend. Maserati, is this going to be their first win of the season?
Believe so.
Yeah.
I don't think Mortara's won anything.
No, Gunther hasn't either. So this is, and it's 1% now as well. Dennis is actually now on 1 now. But this could be, and I'm correct in saying, Maserati's first win. Hughes is what? With 5%? Well, that's a bizarre one. I wonder if that's overheating. Oh, hang on. Evans is on 1% as well, but he hit the red. But Gunther's having to save energy too. 2.7 seconds. Well, they had the fastest car in pre-season testing. They didn't turn up with it for the first 11 races. But for the first time, Max Gunther wins with Maserati. Second for Dennis. Evans is third. But Maserati are winners for the first time in 60 years.
Well done! Well done!
My internet dropped that one.
Evans is third. Fenestras fourth. Nato fifth. Verline sixth. There's a 1-point difference in the championship. Mortara, Van Dorn, Boemi the points. Tigton pulls off. Muller, Friends, Degrassi, Rast, Vern, Merry, Cassidy the finishes. Hughes, 19th but in the pits. Beckman out. Bird and centre camera not starting. But the Trident has won for the first time in over 60 years. Maserati are on top. Sir Sterling would be proud. What a race. That has taken a long time coming. They were quick, Nick, in pre-season testing. They just didn't turn up with it. Both out in Mexico. Poor races. Good qualifying. Now, finally, it comes together.
Yeah, sorry, my internet's been dropping out a little bit there.
No worries.
But, no, pretty much a flawless race from Gunther. Nearly a flawless weekend. He deserves that.
I'm worried about how long that race went on for because we've got to go to Formula 2 soon at, I think, 15 minutes past the hour. So
non-stop today.
Yeah, so all go. We might have to miss the podium, I'm afraid. But we brought you the race. But we'll see how far we can go.
I saw yesterday, it was on Twitter, it might have been Hazel Southwell, saying about the rule that drivers have to have their suits done up.
Oh, really? On the podium? And they weren't yesterday, were they? I think that was the Hamilton-esque situation as well. Yeah. Nick is dropping in and out of the way. So I'll wait until he pops back in. Drivers all filtering into the pit lane now. There's the race classification. Verline took the win. Sorry, Gunther took the win by 2.8 seconds. Verline in 20th. Is your internet back, Nick? Nope. He's dipping in and out, so we'll get him back shortly. Hello, Nick. No, nearly. So they fly through. I think Formula 3's just finished there. And it looked like quite a good race, actually. No, actually, I forget that. It looked like a domination effect in both of them. Let us know when you're back, Nick. On the call. So we'll take this opportunity to go through the full race results. There were investigations, apart from Gasly. Driver of the day, Gunther, 54% of the vote. So, it's Max Gunther, who has won, with Dennis in second, and the fastest lap, 109.171. Evans is third, Fennestra's fourth, Nato fifth, Verline 6th, Da Costa is 7th, Mortara 8th, Van Dorn 9th, Buemi is 10th, Tictum 11th, Muller is 12th, Freins is 13th as well, 14th for Degrassi, 15th Rast, 16th for Verne, 17th Merry, 18th Casti, Hughes 19th, Beckman 20th, Bird 21st, Santa Camera is 22nd. Hello.
Hello. I don't know how long this is going to last.
Well, don't worry, we're not going to be on too much longer. Before we go off there, your thoughts on the race then, Nick, and today?
A lot better than yesterday. Pretty entertaining, really, a lot of battles. But again, not many incidents, which is, I suppose, good to see. Although it's what you come to expect from Formula E.
Yeah.
It was entertaining in a different way, but yeah, great race from Gunther. And Dennis, not Dixon. And yeah, the championship's looking good for the next few races with Cassidy, Verline, and Dennis.
It's looking to be absolutely fantastic. I tell you what, Nick, because of your internet, we'll let you go now. So thank you for this weekend being in the comms box. Hopefully, you'll be back soon as well.
Thank you.
You're going to enjoy the touring cars today.
I'm going to enjoy everything: Formula 2, touring cars, Formula 1, IndyCar.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I'm going to get nothing done.
Me, on the other hand, is going to be behind the things as well. Apparently, everybody's preferring Jess on the Formula 3 commentary rather than me. So, yeah. So, I think
Oh, maybe you're let off.
Yeah. I don't have to do Formula 3! Right, I'll go do I'll get ready for F2 and touring. F2 and touring cars turnaround is insane. Really tight between them now. Anyway, thank you, Nick. We'll let you go, and we will see you soon.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
So Nick leaves. We'll hand over now quickly to Ben Edwards on the World Feed.
Still leading the championship after the second race. Then it dropped away, and there were several incidents. He got taken out, a couple of accidents, and some other issues. Four consecutive, actually, to add, as well as that total number we had.
And Evans also, 25 points off the lead. He's not out of this. He's definitely not out of this fight.
I agree. Yeah.
Just taken from the drivers now in the cool-down room.
Feel for Nick, but he is still very much in this championship battle with 5 races to go. And as you say, the fact that Mitch Evans has got that third place, there is Mitch, that has definitely kept him in there. It does feel, though, now it's gone down from 5 to 4 a little bit, fighting for the championship, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look like that way. And SHT also says, bounce back for Gunther. Great result for Nissan as well, 4th and 5th. Great result all round for them.
And that is not where they want to be.
Round 11 race winner here in Jakarta. Maximilian Günther, congratulations. Maserati's first single-seater World Championship win since Fangio in 1957. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Very proud moment. I am over the moon, you know, with this victory. Already yesterday was great with another podium, you know. We have so good progress over the past couple of races. It's fantastic, and yeah, to have my first win here in Jakarta is just outstanding, and I'm just so happy.
You've safely earned the title King of Jakarta, fastest in all-time sessions, a podium yesterday and now the win. What an incredible weekend.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I felt really good from FP1 onwards, so I knew, you know, the package is working here. It was just about, you know, executing it and, you know, keep tuning in the right direction. And yeah, we always took the right decisions this weekend. And yeah, yesterday we didn't have enough. Today we had, and yeah, it's just amazing.
Talk to me now about the rest of the season. You must have a lot of confidence in the car going forward.
Of course, you know, it's in Formula E you always need to stay with both feet on the ground. You know, it's, I guess, in life in general. You know, it can change so quickly. I'm just really enjoying this moment here. I know that there will be tracks that are suiting us more. There will be tracks that are suiting us less. We just try to always, you know, maximize our package. That's what we've been doing the past few races, and yeah, I'm very proud.
Congratulations, enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you.
A fantastic result then here in Jakarta, as we've already gone through the field. Unfortunately, that is all we've got time for, as we take a look as well from this event, because we've got to get over and cover the FIA Formula 2 race as well from the Spanish Grand Prix, and we've got to reset the box up as well, which does take a little bit of time. So that's it, and the next round is going to hurt me a little bit because I should have actually been trackside for that. Next up for FIA Formula 3, it is Portland in a few weeks' time as well. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But from the double in Jakarta, race 1 went to Verline, race 2 goes to Max Günther. Maserati win for the first time since 1957, and it's Max Günther who takes it. What a race here in Jakarta. We'll see you next time for Formula E on the streets, purpose-built circuit of Portland International Raceway. Bye-bye.